Welcome to the podcast series, Small Business Survival Conversations. Through our weekly conversations, we hope to provide you with strategies and insights, knowledge and expertise to enlighten you as you work to build and grow your business.
Good morning, business warriors. Welcome to another episode of Monday Morning Motivation on the Small Business Survival Conversation podcast. I'm your host, Anna Steinfest, and if you're tuning in this early on Monday morning, I already know something about you. You're the type of person who shows up before the world expects you to. You're building something meaningful while others are still hitting the snooze button. Today, I want to invite you into a story. Not a story about spreadsheets or marketing strategies or business plans, though we love those too. This is a story about a small bird and a big truth that every entrepreneur needs to hear. It's a story about courage, about persistence, and about the magic that happens when you're willing to start before you feel ready. It's about singing your song even when the world isn't listening to it yet. So, settle in, grab that coffee, and let me tell you about a lark who changed how I think about entrepreneurship forever. So, there once was a lark, a tiny bird known for its beautiful morning songs. But this particular lark was different from all the others. She didn't wait for the sun to rise to begin her music. Long before dawn, while the world was still wrapped in darkness, her voice would pierce through the silence. People thought it was odd. Other birds would whisper among themselves, "Why sing before the light? Why waste your energy when no one can see you, when no one's awake to appreciate it?" Even the other larks questioned her. "Wait for sunrise," they said. "That's when larks are supposed to sing. That's when people expect to hear us. That's when it makes sense." But this lark had a different understanding. She didn't sing because the conditions were perfect. She didn't sing because she had an audience. She didn't sing because the timing was ideal or because someone had given her permission. She sang because that's what larks are born to do. The darkness didn't change her nature. The silence didn't diminish her purpose. The lack of an audience didn't make her song any less valuable. And here's what happened. Morning after morning, her voice became the first sound to break through the quiet. She became the herald of dawn itself. While other birds waited for the perfect moment, she was already creating it. As I tell you this story, I know you see yourself in it. Because as a small business owner, as an entrepreneur, as someone building something from nothing, you are that lark. Think about it. How many mornings have you been at your computer before the rest of the world wakes up? How many evenings have you stayed late refining your product, perfecting your service, building your dream while others are watching Netflix? You build in silence. You dream in uncertainty. You work in the dark, not knowing if this email will get a response, if this product will sell, or if this risk will pay off. You pitch to empty rooms. You launch to small audiences. You pour your heart into work that might not get noticed right away. And people around you, well, meaning friends, family, members, even other entrepreneurs, they ask the same questions. Those birds asked the lark, why not wait until you have more funding? Why not wait until you have a bigger team? Why not wait until the market is more stable? Or why not wait until you feel more ready? But here's what I want you to understand. You keep going not because the conditions are perfect. You keep creating not because you have an answers. You keep believing not because success is guaranteed. You keep singing your entrepreneurial song because that's what who you are. That's what entrepreneurs do. We don't wait for permission. We don't wait for perfect timing. We don't wait for the world to validate our vision before we start building it. And that willingness to work in dark, to believe in the quiet, to sing before sunrise, that's not just courage. That's leadership. That's vision. That's the exact quality that separates those who dream from those who build. Here's what most people don't understand about success. It's not a spotlight that suddenly shines on you one day. Success is a fire you build, spark by spark, in the darkness. Every great business, every breakthrough product, every innovative service started the same way, with someone who was willing to work before the world was watching, someone who was willing to sing before sunrise. Sarah Blakely cut the feet off her pantyhose and spent 2 years pitching her Spanx idea to manufacturers who hang up on her. She was singing in the dark. Howard Schultz was rejected by 217 investors before someone finally believed in his vision for Starbucks. He kept singing. Oprah was told she was unfit for television news and she kept building her media empire anyway. She sang her truth. The early hours, the hard choices, the lonely moments, they're not a punishment you have to endure on your way to success. They're not obstacles in your path. They are preparation. They're the crucible where your resilience is forged, where your vision is clarified, where your commitment is tested and proven. And here's the beautiful truth about being willing to sing in the dark. One day, when the world finally wakes up, when your audience finally finds you, when your market finally understands what you're offering, they'll realize you are already in motion. They'll see that while others were waiting for perfect conditions, you were creating them. While others were looking for guarantees, you are building something worth guaranteeing. While others were waiting for the sunrise, you are becoming it. Your willingness to start before you feel ready, to work before you have all the resources, to believe before you have all the proof. That's not naive. That's visionary. That's exactly what the world needs more of. So, here's what I want you to do this week. I'm giving you 3 specific ways to embrace your inner lark. First, I want you to start before you feel ready. There is something you've been putting off, isn't there? That email to potential client, that product launch you keep pushing back, that bold idea you keep saying you'll pursue when the time is right. The time is now. Remember, I will repeat that. The time is now. Send the email today. Set the launch date this week. I want you to take one concrete step towards the big idea before this episode ends. Number 2, I want you to reconnect with your why. Go back to the vision, the reason you took this entrepreneurial leap in the first place. What problem are you solving? What change are you creating? What song is uniquely yours to sing? Write it down. Put it somewhere you'll see it every morning. Because when you believe and remember why you started, it becomes easier to keep going when the going gets tough. And third, I want you to encourage another lark. I want you to text, call, or message another entrepreneur in your network. Someone who is also building something, also working in the dark, also wondering if their song matters. Remind them they're not alone. Tell them you believe in what they're building. Because here's the secret, larks don't actually sing alone, they create a chorus. And when one lark starts singing in the dark, it gives permission for others to find their own voice too. I will leave you with this truth that anyone can sing when the sun is shining. Anyone can work when the conditions are perfect. Anyone can believe when success is guaranteed. But it's the lark who dares to sing in the dark, who is willing to work without recognition, to build without guarantees, to believe without proof. It's that lark who changes the morning. It's that lark who becomes the sunrise. Be that lark this week. Be that lark in your industry. I want you to be that lark in your community. So I'm Anna Steinfest, cheering you on to rise early, to lead boldly, and to sing your entrepreneurial truth, especially when no one is listening yet, because they will be. And when they wake up, you will already be soaring. See you next Monday, Business Warriors.
You've been listening to the Small Business Survival Conversation podcast. Make sure to like, rate, and review the show. And don't forget to join us next week for another episode. In the meantime, hook up with us on our Facebook group at Small Business Survival Tools and Tips. Till next time, thank you for listening.